Pleasure to have you on. How are you doing?
Really good. Great to be here. Thank you, Ornella.
Yeah, so we recently caught up in person at the Crypto Expo in Dubai, and we did a fireside chat where I asked you all about what's going on at Ripple, but I also wanted to have you here on the show to keep asking a little further about Ripple and its plans, especially in the Middle East. So first off, Reese, just want to get your views on how it's been so far at all of these recent events that Dubai has hosted, from Token 2049 to Crypto Expo, where we met up. Do you have any favorites, any takeaways from all of these conferences and expos?
So Ripple have been, over the last few weeks, very busy with the events that have taken place. We had Token 2049, as you mentioned. That was nearly a washout, but we managed to get there in the end. We had Dubai FinTech Summit as well, which was an awesome event, kind of more bridging traditional finance with decentralized finance, and some great and very thoughtful conversations we had there. And of course, you and I were on a fireside discussion today at Crypto Expo. So lots going on, lots of good conversations. I think my takeaways for these events have been, there's a huge amount of international interest coming to the region. So a lot of people traveling in, and that's either to do business in the region or to set up operations and really kind of have a footprint here. So I was really kind of thrilled with that level of international engagement, and think that business is going to be good off the back of it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that as well, especially with all of the people that flew in for that blockchain week, where we had, like, I want to say it was like over 200 events plus the storm. Like, that did not stop people from trying to attend expos or parties or meetups. It was the craziest time I think I had ever seen in Dubai. So that's a positive thing, but definitely it means that there's a lot going on. So that makes me question what's going on specifically at Ripple when it comes to the region. You said that there's a lot of interest specifically in Dubai and the GCC Gulf region. So why do you think that is, and what are Ripple's plans for the near future or rest of the year in the region?
So Ripple have been in the region for approximately 4 years now, set up shop in the DIFC. And really what the UAE and Dubai specifically kind of offers is forward-thinking regulation, a big network, and really becoming the global financial sector for not only fintech, which is obviously a big part of what we focus on around payments, but also crypto and blockchain kind of adoption. And really, if you think the way the regulators are kind of leaning in, they're putting in frameworks in place that are attractive for global businesses and crypto natives to set up shop here and really kind of build out their operations. That's where we're seeing a lot of growth. From a Ripple viewpoint, rest of the year continues to remain like the last four. We're looking to continue and expand our customer base across our payments product. So ensuring that customers can, use crypto, XRP, and the XRP ledger to really kind of make things a lot more efficient when they're moving funds cross-border. But as I mentioned earlier in our discussion, we're also focusing very heavily on the custody side of things. So we have a custody infrastructure products that we acquired last year from a company called Metaco. And really, we're seeing a lot of interest in the region where large FIs, institutional customers are really looking to take a step into tokenization of real world assets, and they need a safe, secure place to store those assets.
Yeah, definitely. Lots of products, including a new stablecoin offering. So I'm curious as to where that target market is, because I don't think there's too much stablecoin activity in this region. So curious as to where the Ripple stablecoin is targeting. So
Ripple, obviously announced that we are going to be launching our own stablecoin. I think this was an obvious step for Ripple. The market currently sits at about $150 billion. I think it's forecasted to reach 2.83 trillion by 2028. So clearly there's firstly huge demand for a compliance first, regulatory kind of adapt business to kind of enter the space. I would also say that where we've seen kind of feedback from customers within stablecoins is having a US dollar backed stablecoin. 60% of global trade or global transactions are actually US dollar settled, and not all of them are actually settled in the US. I think if you look at the Middle East and the GCC region, a number of countries here are actually pegged to the USD. So we believe that there's definitely a need for a US dollar-backed stablecoin to really enhance kind of cross-border settlement, not only across this region, but more broadly, more globally.
Okay, and what's the unique selling point of the Ripple stablecoin compared to that of USDC Circle or USDT Tether?
I would say that Ripple have spent 12 years in building out a cross-border payment offering. We have the infrastructure. The stablecoin was the next evolution of that. So it actually gives our customers optionality into how they want to receive, whether it's fiat, whether it's stablecoin. So really, we feel like we've got the infrastructure. This is just an additional kind of layer to that to kind of build off.
Yeah, and there definitely is a need, like you said, especially in countries where the inflation rates are just wild. Like some people really depend on these stable coins and a more stable currency for their daily lives. So do you think that means that maybe crypto or utility and these real world use cases are finally at the forefront of the crypto industry? Like, is crypto finally maturing a bit now after all these years?
I think so. I think ultimately it will come down to regulation and what the regulators, the frameworks they deem in terms of how stable coins will be circulated. I think MiCA in Europe, end of this year, we're going to see kind of the whole European Union have a clear framework in kind of how that circulation does. And the UAE and the broader Middle East will continue to kind of follow that suit. I would say you're totally right. Currencies that are, devalued significantly, the locals and the people there don't want to hold that. They want to hold a US dollar-backed stable coin just because it's a store of value for them as well. They're not going to be as impacted in volatility in their own currency versus kind of the US stable coin there. So yes, I think that's a valid point.
And that reminds me, the Ripple CEO, Brad Garlinghouse, he recently estimated that the size of the crypto market could double in size by the end of this year. So how do you think that this particular region of the Middle East and the GCC region might contribute to that growth? I know you mentioned before a lot of it has to do with companies coming here, but is it also because of the regulatory clarity or just because of, is there even local talent? Like, what do you think specifically might lead to the general growth of the industry?
The UAE is done a remarkable job in demonstrating how to progress within, crypto and blockchain space. And really that does come down to initially regulation. I think the ADGM, VARA, DMCC, and also DFSA have very clearly laid out frameworks that allow businesses to enter, that allow businesses to start up and to flourish and innovate. I think that if you look at the UAE, I think there's something like 2,000 plus organizations here within the blockchain and crypto space. I mean, that's phenomenal. I think there's 10,000 individuals working for or representing companies based in this region as well. And I think we'll definitely continue to see that grow. So I think we need more of the same more broadly across the globe. But I think the UAE is certainly, becoming, if not already, the global hub for crypto and blockchain.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. It's getting there. Some people even say that it might be the next Silicon Valley. Do you agree?
I think so. Definitely heading.
Okay, definitely. All right. Well, Reese, can you just tell our audience what the best way is to contact you if they would like to reach out to you and to learn more about Ripple's offerings, please?
Absolutely. Probably best way, LinkedIn. So Reese Merrick, please drop me a connection request. My inbox is open and happy to speak to as many of you as possible.
Okay, amazing. And one last thing, I remember on stage you gave me a book recommendation. Do you mind telling our audience again which one that is?
So the book that I kind of almost listen to kind of on repeat throughout the year is called The Daily Stoic by Ryan Holiday. And essentially, it's all about the philosophy of Stoicism. And I think why that's important to me is that, events will occur in the world or on a daily basis that you cannot control. And actually, it's how you respond to those events that kind of allows you to kind of move forward and find solutions. So it's something that I kind of live by on my side.
Love that. I will definitely be checking out that book. Thank you so much for your time today, Reese.